What's up, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society, where we actually made it 2 shows in a row on time. Thank you very much. Jeremy Johnson, along with Jim Range and Craig Nasello. Guys, we actually made it.
We did it.
And
Craig forgot to turn his phone off.
Jeez. Craig, how is it that this happens every time? We've been doing this show for 2 years now.
I don't care.
35 or 36 shows somewhere in there.
Oh,
35.
Is this show 35?
35. 35 and yeah.
Something like that? All right.
I don't usually have my sound on ever, so I don't
know what.
Yeah, whatever.
It is. It is what it is.
35 shows, 100 plus different bourbons tasted. As part of Sip, Sink, and Save.
We do drink a lot.
Yeah, we do.
There is that.
You guys are fucking alcoholics.
Hey, we have taught a lot of people a lot about drinks tonight, and that is what it's all about tonight. Is we got a lot of fan questions that we're going to answer tonight in our whiskey segment. Of course, we'll always be talking mixed martial arts and all things whiskey, but you know, there has been
bourbon.
I'm sorry?
I thought it was bourbon.
You know, we kind of, well, actually, that's one of the questions.
So
that's what's
no, but it is. It's one of the questions tonight. We have.
So we can't do rye anymore?
No, fuck ryes.
See, I knew I wanted to get at him right away.
No, we did get the question, and we'll lead
Oh,
into
that's Jimmy's checking his now. Make sure his
exactly.
is off.
No, but why did we call it bourbon? The Bourbon Society was one question. We'll get to that later. But no, we have a lot of info tonight on the mixed martial arts world. Of course, we have our Sip, Sink, and Save tonight, which will be brought to you by Unrivaled Realty from Brad Carey, and we thank them very much about that. We have...
And Brad, we apologize for tonight's selections that you're sponsoring.
Yeah, because...
We're just going to give a little teaser right there.
It was something.
Well, I mean, I did a great job as a show rundown this week.
Yeah, you did. So this show run was Craig's, and literally it was... What was our show run, Craig?
Hold on, let me look. Let me look at
MMA and get drunk.
I mean...
I think
talk bourbon, MMA, and get drunk.
Yeah.
That was literally the show run.
Well, let's see how it plays out then. All right.
I'm not prepared ever, so just know that.
No, so I'm playing Craig tonight too. It's like dress-up day for me.
And I am the one who wrote notes.
Hey, so. I wore a collared shirt.
You really did. I'm proud of you.
It's our shirt.
It is. It's a logo shirt, which we will be having merchandise coming out. So check that out on Twitter at MMA Bourbon whenever it hits the market. We're going to be doing some T-shirts. We do have some glasses and things like that. So we're going to have some merch for sale coming up.
I think we still we need some random drawings for some people because we do owe some.
Oh, absolutely we do. So, but of course, as always, we do make a cocktail, and tonight, as you guys have yours in front of you, I will make one for the group. And tonight was kind of as we did with Craig's show run. We kind of threw this together. So I threw this one together, and it turned out actually pretty well. I mean, what did you guys think of the one so far tonight? So
I mean, it's a little fruity for me.
The drink is great.
It's not bad.
No, I liked it. But with Craig's show run, our Sip, Sink, and Save, preluding into that, it was 3 random bottles we just reached in and grabbed from underneath the bar.
That we did. So
fair enough. I mean, it worked.
And we're going to make Craig drink one of them and take a sip live on camera.
Yeah, you got it. And we absolutely know.
I've already.
You're going to do it again for the camera to view.
So
can I just go lick a cat's ass real quick and be done with it? Because I know which one it's going to be.
And we went there already. Okay. No. So tonight, though, my cocktail is going to be my take. It's another take on a whiskey sour. We are going to use some different ingredients in it, and I did use one of the whiskeys from Sip, Sink, and Save in the first ones. I'm going to use a different one of them for this one, so we're going to go a little bit of Still 630 this time. And we're going to go 2 ounces of Still 630.
Local to Missouri, correct?
Exactly. Right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Then we are going into 3/4 ounce of fresh lime juice. 1/2 ounce of Rich Demerara syrup, which is basically simple syrup, only a little bit thicker. I mean, it's the same basic concept.
So what you're saying, we can't just use like Mrs. Buttersworth or anything like that?
No, well, I mean, there are some that you can use a syrup as.
We got some good maple syrup we could use.
Yeah. But then we're going to go into a bar spoonful of peach jam in that also, because peach jam makes stuff awesome. We are then going to take it and give it a shake. Oh, good stuff there. Open that up. Take our glass. Which I gotta say, I love that our studio now has all of this cool stuff to it. Drop that out there. We're gonna top with a little bit of flavored sparkling water.
What did you call it? I don't know, what did Matt call it?
We can't even discuss that one on air. Drop a lime or
I'm
lemon
going
wedge
to,
on
but
top of it.
I want to, but I think if Mama Range is watching, I might get yelled at again.
I get yelled at all the time.
You know what? Who's gonna love this one? Mama Range.
Mama Range will.
Mom would love this one. So no, it comes to that, and I don't have a name for it. I really don't. But it's very tasty. It's got the peach to it. To me, like you said, it's a little bit fruity. It's got a lot of citrus to it.
Yeah, but I'm not picking up the peach on the front. I'm picking up more of the berry.
Okay.
Because I'm not a huge peach fan.
Well, and that's kind of a good
So
thing.
I like the fact that the berry came out in front.
Well, good stuff. So producer Matt will have to come over and get this one. So we'll leave this one on the edge for him.
Why don't we just put it in front so it has to be on camera?
Well,
2 weeks in a row.
Oh, that's a good idea. Here, producer Matt, come grab this, will you?
We're Twinkies too. We got the same shirt on.
You
Yeah.
do. Oh, there it goes. There he comes.
He's trying.
All we see
Very
all we seen is his head.
Nice job.
All I
nice
seen was his
job.
head.
Oh, we got this glare across the top with a black stripe along it.
No. So, in the world of mixed martial arts, there are some who use the term GOAT, greatest of all time. We saw what some had called the GOAT of the the welterweight division in Kamaru Usman. Unfortunately, Kamaru lost the title this week in a devastating head kick knockout from Leon Edwards. What did you guys think coming into this fight? You know, Usman had just ran through everybody.
It ain't over till it's over.
Yeah,
Plain and simple.
but coming into it, he did run through him until it was over.
Well,
That's the second time they fought too.
Yeah.
I'm not a Usman fan.
Okay.
I'm just not. I don't know why. He's just not. Everybody's like, oh, he's so great. He's so great. He's so great. And I'm just like, I don't see it. I don't know why I don't. I just don't see it. I just don't think he's that great. But he was dominating that fight.
Yeah,
completely.
Yeah.
You know, he dominated that fight for five rounds and 4 minutes, and then it was
24-25.
And then it was all she wrote.
And it was. I mean, and it has become one of the biggest memes of the year in the knockout, as his eyes are looking glassed overhead, and some of the memes have been nuts.
I seen the one with Joe Rogan's pretty funny.
Oh, the whole thing has just been crazy so far.
But that's the thing though.
Got a little Eagle Rare here going. Just
at any time that kick or
it
knockout
happen
can
to
happen.
anybody.
oh,
I mean,
do I see him coming back and winning that fight? Or
he's going to win a rematch.
Yeah.
do you think they'll do an immediate rematch?
Yes.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're going to give him a shot at the title right back. I don't think there's nobody else that's going to step in between the two of them.
Okay, so with that then, why? What gives people the immediate rematch cred? Is it the fact that he was dominating for so long?
No, he's going to get it because people do look at him as the GOAT.
Well, he was.
And he was winning 4 of the 5 rounds and got caught. So they're going to automatically put him at the top of the list.
Well, here's my question, or here's my thing to it, is he could have tied Anderson Silva's record that night.
Yeah,
with
completely.
that win, and I mean, it happens. I mean, and he wasn't even upset about it. He's like, it happened. I mean, what do you do? It's fighting. That's why they fight.
Yeah, he was super respectful in defeat.
Yeah.
But so what gives a champion, somebody like that, an immediate rematch over somebody that doesn't? Because there have been times.
Well, I think it's because he was so dominant. He has been dominant at welterweight. Look at how many times Matt Hughes got a rematch immediately.
Okay.
Look at the John Jones saga. I mean.
Yeah, but John Jones is a different animal in all aspects. Number one, it gave the world picograms. Everybody got to know what that was.
But then you turn around and go to Anderson Silva, Rich Franklin. How many times did they rematch?
Yeah.
Immediately. After Rich, healed his nose and everything.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, he's been a dominant champion. Do I think he's the GOAT? No.
Okay.
But he was dominant, you know.
So there was always talk of that particular division. Who was the GOAT? Usman, Matt Hughes, or was it George St. Pierre?
I personally think it's George.
I think it's GSP.
I do too.
I do too.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Who was the greatest welterweight of all times? And even somebody who came from Matt Hughes' gym. I mean, George St. Pierre was the man.
But huge respect to Matt.
Absolutely.
George is just an athlete.
Oh,
hands down, just.
And still is.
Yeah.
If you watch him on TikTok, because, you know, I love the TikTok, don't give me that look, Craig. Don't give me that look. George St. Pierre puts out some pretty crazy content of the stuff that he still does athletically.
I don't know what. I don't watch TikTok. I'm not a 12-year-old girl.
Cammie said she doesn't even watch it, Jeremy.
It's pretty bad.
That hurt.
When your 15-year-old granddaughter don't watch it.
Well, all right. So moving on, though, and, you know, speaking of moving on here, somebody of this group, and I'm kind of really jealous, is heading to Ireland.
Can't wait.
For Bellator. So big show for Bellator overseas. What is that? What is that going? Give us the matches.
Main event is Benson Henderson and Peter Queally, which the place will go absolutely apeshit for Peter Queally. And I can't wait because that's one of the reasons I'm going is just because of the crowd.
Yeah.
After watching it on TV so many times, or you know, past few years, like when he fought Patricky for the title over there, you couldn't even hear Michael C. Williams announce them.
Wow.
Either of them because the fans were so loud. It was crazy. And then co-main event is Melvin Manhoff and the God of War. God dang it. What's his name?
Yoel Romero?
Yeah, Yoel Romero. So I'm super excited for that.
That's going to be 2 fun fights.
Yeah.
They're going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, Yoel Romero is just a gigantic guy. Period.
And then Melvin Manhoff is live or die by the sword.
And
I mean, you don't
has
care.
been for years.
Right.
So, all right, so Craig, what is your prediction in that fight?
And which one? The
Both.
Melvin Manhoff?
Let's go Melvin Manhoff and...
I see Romero knocking him out.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think Melvin has the chin he used to. I mean, he's getting up there in age, man. I mean, you have a number.
Yeah.
And I think Benson Henderson cruises through Peter Queally pretty easy.
So
just experience-wise, Benson Henderson's been there, done that.
But he's on the twilight of his career, and he has lost those last few.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
He just won a decision earlier this year against it was in Phoenix at the beginning of the year.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
And I can't remember who he fought now.
But again, still,
he's not the same Benson Henderson of old. No, but
you know he's not the
he's still Benson
fighting,
Henderson.
You know, Anthony Pettis in WEC.
But he's still Benson Henderson.
Fair.
Very
fair.
Plain and simple, he's still Benson Henderson. He still has 40-something, 50-something fights. I mean, the guy is a living legend.
Oh, right.
You know, and it's a big step up in competition, I think, for Peter Queally. Don't get me wrong, Peter's tough and a really good dude, but I just don't think. Me personally, on paper, I don't think he can beat Benson.
Interesting, Jim. What are your thoughts?
I think it's going to be a hell of a fight.
I think you need a smoke wagon there, huh?
I wasn't going to call anything out.
I mean, uncut, unfiltered there. That's all right. Sometimes you just need a cocktail.
How nice
or
and dark that is.
That is a good looking pour right there.
Which it's available at mail.
You got a bottle for me, by the way? Good, appreciate
right.
it. Thanks. Okay.
So what's your thoughts, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I don't feel Henderson's the same he used to be. I think it's going to be a much closer fight. And I see it going the distance.
Who do you think wins it? You think Wheelie takes it, don't you?
Yeah.
I can see it in your face. Yeah.
I do.
Fair enough. I
But
mean,
I truly, I don't think either one's got the finishing power right now. And,
Okay.
but I think the home crowd and everything
that does help.
It's going to help him a hell of a lot with it. Benson's going to tone it out. So don't get me wrong there. He's going to completely tone out all of that.
Oh, he's been there, done that. Like I said,
he's been there and he's done it. But Peter's going to pick up on it, and it's going to feed him. And that's going to keep him and give him that extra adrenaline he needs to push on in those later rounds.
And they've always said, especially in Ireland, if you're fighting in front of the hometown crowd,
Well,
You got to win.
I just seen this matchup. I forgot about this matchup. There is Mads Burnell, which is probably one of the toughest human beings I've ever seen fight.
Yeah.
And Pedro Cavallo are both fighting on the main card. And then you got Leah McCourt and Diana Sylvia. But on the prelims, I think you have, hold on, I'm looking, see if he's still on here.
Yeah, that's a week before surgery. We could go.
I mean, we really could. Ireland.
Georgie Carvana's on here.
I may be divorced when I come back
mean,
for
you
goals.
know,
Look at Mike.
Mike's ready to
We got producer
guess-
Mike in the background giving 2 thumbs up and
He
just
is
totally
ready to go to
stoked.
Ireland.
Well, what's his name? Gallagher's not on here no more,
No.
so I guess he's off the card. So
Well, you know,
So what's your thought on it?
well, I think number one, I think that Melvin Manhoff and Yoel Romero will probably steal the fight of the night.
Yeah.
That is 2 heavy-handed guys, amazing fighters. You know, it should be something. I think Yoel Romero takes that fight. I think that he is better everywhere. I think that Melvin Manhoff is a tough guy, but I do think that Romero is just going to be too powerful for him.
well, yeah.
I think we're all in agreement on
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
I think that Queally has the upper hand being hometown favorite. I think that Henderson has to stop him in order to make
Yeah.
it. If it goes to a decision, I think that unless it's just a super one-sided, you know, take him to the ground, hold him there, make it happen, you got to win. You got to win.
Yeah.
You got to win in commanding fashion.
Yeah.
So,
It's almost like fighting a champion.
yeah,
The-
absolutely.
The other show that's exciting to me is Nimkov and Anderson too in Chicago.
Yeah.
Well,
That's got Patricky
Pitbull.
Pitbull on it,
yeah.
so that's gonna be interesting. He's fighting Usman
I would,
Nurmagomedov.
see, that would be a heck of a fight. That would be a heck of a fight. I would like to see that one. That may be worth the road trip to Chicago. I don't know. Let us know. Would you guys head up to Chicago for that one with us? Because, I mean, that would be a good time, so we could make it a road trip. You know,
I'm flying.
of course you are. Because for a 20-minute...
What's the date on it?
November
right.
18th.
Huh?
November 18th.
6 weeks. I can make it.
I'll be in Los Angeles.
I did a show
I
4
think.
weeks after mine.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I think I got Golden Boy boxing that night.
Oh.
We'll see.
La-di-da-da.
Have fun with your boxers.
No, let us know, though, what fight are you looking forward to? Because my one big one that I am looking forward to is coming up in the UFC, and that is local boy, done good, Joaquin Buckley, stepping up on the prelims coming up here, fighting in UFC.
Yeah, Paris.
Paris.
I think this weekend.
Yeah, I know
Yeah, he's
already
been there
over
for a week. He's
Yeah.
been there for 2 weeks now. I think they had him come over early.
Well, you would almost have to get ready, you know, time and,
Yeah.
you know, that one to me gets it about travel. Like, I can't even imagine, you know, you going to Ireland for like, and then have to get up and go immediately, you know, jet lag like a mug.
I get
so-
in at 5:30 that morning.
Okay.
And then the show's that night, but I'm going to Jameson before I go.
But you're
well,
not.
there you
So
go.
you're
So-
But I
flying in
can't
the day
drink,
before.
so-
You're not going in early,
No, I'm flying in the day of.
dude.
Wow.
Yeah, day of.
That's cutting it close.
Day of the show.
That sucks as much as me when I.
But I'm staying until Sunday, so I'm
Oh, I
getting,
know.
I'm, getting
Some
a,
time.
I'm getting a day there. I'm gonna go to Bushmills on Saturday.
And even better,
But,
even better.
But yeah, I mean, well, I come back from there, and then I gotta leave on Tuesday, go to Oklahoma for Invicta, and then come back from there and leave on Friday, go to LA for
See if you
Bellator.
Yeah.
see
So it's like,
if you'd have done it right, you'd have flown there and flown straight back to Invicta.
yeah, but I had a job.
yeah, that,
You're
that-
I
Craig
have a real job
You're
now.
Craig
Oh, really?
Nasello.
Yeah,
Who gives
okay.
a shit?
yeah, I
okay.
mean,
Tell that to the bank and the people I owe money to.
it's all fine. All right, so now tell us what you are looking forward to in the world of mixed martial arts coming up. And then, of course, you know, we got to talk about whiskey. And this is one of those that everybody, this time, it was all about user questions. We haven't done one of these in a while, and so we wanted to kind of go back to our, you know, those first 5 shows, 10 shows where we would talk about the questions that people asked us. But of course, we still have our Sip, Sink, and Save tonight, which is brought to you by Unrivaled Realty. Check it out, unrivaledrealty.com. Brad Carey, our great sponsor.
Hi, Brad.
And as Jim alluded to, tonight,
Do we have a spare glass? Oh yeah, we do.
oh yeah, because I think Craig needs to have a good taste.
Because
of this,
Craig
so.
is going to taste this on camera for us.
Yeah. No, but give Brad Carey a call at 314-378-6939. If you are in Missouri and looking to buy or sell a home, check them out. That is Unrivaled Realty. All right, so
I kept it simple.
tonight,
3/4 ounce.
Jim, please explain the sip, sink, and save choices.
So this was complete random underneath the bar.
We had to dust them off.
Oh.
No, because I've already dusted it. Well, maybe not that. Actually, that one may have come from the back room when I was looking for something today, which made me think of, since we had no show run and nobody said, what are we doing?
Yeah, I was busy.
Let's just do 3 random bottles.
I was busy taking a nap.
So we got an 80 proof.
I don't know.
I think we got an 80.
Pick it up and look. Jesus.
It's labeled
No,
on the
it's an
bottle.
81. That's what threw me off. I knew it wasn't. And then a 92. So we kept them all low proof but it's random, just like Craig's run.
Yeah, Craig show
Let's
run.
talk whiskey.
I was
Let's
busy
talk
taking a
MMA.
nap.
Let's get
Leave
drunk.
me alone. Naps are more important.
I mean,
So 3 random bottles, local to St. Louis with Distill 630. Union Horse, I believe, is
Kansas City.
Kansas City, if I recall correctly. And the Corsair, I don't know where it came from. I don't even recall where this bottle came from, honestly.
Yeah,
no offense to whoever gave it to me.
I want to know where you got that because.
Well, it's
I've
a
never
numbered
seen it.
bottle. It's 98 to 120.
It's Nashville, Tennessee.
So,
Bowling Green, Kentucky also. So.
well, anyway. All right. So tonight, as we go to it, Craig Nasello, you have a pour in front of you of one of these. Number one, we would like for you to go ahead and take that pour in front of our live audience.
Here, let me get over here by the sink.
And then give us your sip, sink, and save.
Oh my God. That shit is fucking terrible. Holy shit.
So the reason we're laughing, the reason we made them do it,
Is that?
because that's our reaction from all 3 of us.
Yeah. Oh God, this is amazing.
Whoever
This is amazing content. by the
Whoever
way.
did this, whoever made this, needs to be fucking slapped. If they
So-
thought that tastes good.
So it's Corsair small batch. I don't even know the background
What's
on
the big
it,
batch like? Because that fucking small batch is terrible.
but it's
Holy shit, that's bad.
pot distilled, which we've got some decent pot distilled bourbons, whiskeys we like.
Oh
but
my
it's
God. Turn the bottle, Jimmy.
no, I was trying to make sure I got the label
he
right
was
on the
trying
back.
to read to make sure he knew what he was
You've
talking
got the
about.
cherry,
But-
beechwood, and
okay.
peat smoked barley.
Here's the problem.
Peat is normally used for
Peat
Scotch.
is used in Scotch. And so what they've done, from the way that I've got this, the way that it tastes, they had to have probably roasted their malted barley for this over peat, over
Cherry.
cherry wood, and over probably some hot garbage.
well, the garbage would be the beechwood.
Well,
So they think it's a
Beechwood
beer.
is actually what they do beer with.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what makes Budweiser Budweiser.
Who the hell is
Because
Derek
they put,
Bell?
Well, whoever it is, he needs a.
Oh my God,
Quick ass
whoever
picture.
is the master distiller here, you need to
He
go-
even signed it.
please wake up and smack your fucking self, because that is fucking terrible. That is, I swear, we've had some bad shit here. That takes the cake.
We have
That is the worst. I would rather drink Hollerhead than that.
Wow.
That shit is
And
terrible.
you know what? That analogy there is better than the original analogy he had.
Fair.
Oh my God.
All right, so Craig, give us.
Sink,
Yes.
sip, and I can make something out of that one. But
All
that's fuck. Throw that shit down the drain, Jimmy.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Why do I think we're gonna have some fun out of that
Oh
video?
my,
Oh my
Lord.
I'm still over here like trying not to gag. It is that bad, folks. It is that bad.
The sad
Don't
part is-
waste your money.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if you're gonna go buy a bottle of this, just send me your money. It'd be fucking easier. I mean, it would save you the torment of trying to drink that shit.
We haven't laughed as much on this
Oh
show.
my Lord.
That is.
And this is what
fucking
happens
rancid.
whenever Craig writes the show run. This may have to happen.
That's right.
All right, Jim Range. Sip, sink, and save.
I'm just gonna go with same as Craig.
You're not even going to explain it. You're just like, nope, that was it.
Well, the sink is obvious.
Oh my God.
I do think between the Rolling Standard and the Still 630, I always make sure I get that one right. 'Cause I usually say 630 still,
Yeah.
but no.
What's
And
up,
they
Frank
put out
Page?
some great products, by the way. I really like them.
Oh, yeah.
Frank Page says hi, boys.
Oh,
But
what's up,
no,
Frank
both
Page?
of them are decent. They're both local to Missouri.
Those
St.
are
Louis
good.
area. They're
I
good.
have
They're not phenomenal,
I
but
have a
they're
bottle,
solid.
I have 2 bottles of this actually,
Yeah.
and I enjoy this.
No,
one.
it's a great sipper.
The 630 is, I think it needs to be aged a little bit longer.
It's a fair statement.
It is.
But it's decent. I like it. I mean, I can make some good drinks with it.
Yeah.
You know, but
So, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I think with the Rolling Standard, it's more of a sipper.
you guys try
don't get a
this?
lot that jumps out.
oh, you guys got to drink this. No, you guys got to drink this. This shit is terrible. No, if I had to, you got to.
Oh, he is calling out the production staff.
That's
now,
right.
So, all right. So Jim Range final is.
We're going to sip the Rolling Standard. We don't have to, I have no more comments around that. The funny thing is, you look at it, it's almost a scene out of the Quentin Tarantino movie on the label.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I thought it was at first.
think-
I did
like-
too.
Yeah.
But then, but my save is going to be the
Reservoir
Still
Dogs.
630, and actually this one is the Moonwalker whiskey release, so it's one of their small batches that they've got out, and they've got several of them.
Yeah.
But to me, Still 630, their small batch releases and all their releases are worth taking a shot
Oh,
at, especially when you get a
Because
375.
I've had a few of them that are pretty decent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you support. I mean, hell, we're
I'm gonna
halfway
sup-
through that bottle,
Right.
so that tells you
I mean,
something
I'm
about
going to
it.
support local no matter what.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, like I said, I just think it needs to age just a little
Mm-hmm.
bit longer. But other than that, I liked it.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I have always found that Still 630 products are very nice.
their vodka's good, and I don't like vodka much.
I think we need to do a show from there. We need to hook up with them and do a show.
I think we could do that. I really love their SS sorghum that they make.
Yes.
It's a specific.
You got a
grain
bottle
type.
of that, too.
Yeah. All
I
right.
finished mine.
So let's talk about whatever this is. This.
I think we're all on the same page, aren't we?
I know, but we're going to
well-
let Jeremy talk
Oh
about it.
yeah.
though.
Okay, go ahead.
So the problem with this is number one, if you like Scotch, you probably wouldn't think this is bad.
Oh yeah, you would.
No,
I'm
you
a
would.
Scotch drinker too. I don't like peat, but that's bad.
Okay, but it is so overbearing. I would almost bank that they probably used a number 5 char on their barrel, so the highest that you could do.
Right.
The way that they did their malted barley,
Just look
it's so much.
how dark it is.
Yeah, and it's not in the
it's-
age statement, and it's American whiskey. They
Right.
don't even call it bourbon.
No.
So it has to have so much done to it that they can't call it bourbon. So to me, this
I'm looking for a mash bill.
is hideous. And I have never said that about a whiskey in anything because I won't ever tell anybody that a whiskey is bad. That whiskey's bad.
The funny thing is, when you look at the notes, huge, rich flavor.
I would rather drink Screwball.
Absolutely. I would rather drink that cookie dough stuff that's out. Just
I haven't tried that yet.
Oh yeah, there's a cookie
I
dough
mean,
whiskey.
this is
All right, we gotta try
honestly the
that
worst
now.
we've pulled up.
Is
yet.
it bad? Producer Matt, it's bad.
Did you try it, man?
Sounds terrible.
You want to try this one?
You will. You,
This is
absolutely you will.
This is going home with you and your buddies for poker or games. It's a game night.
But no, it's one of those that it's not good. It's bad. We're gonna take
Sweating because it's so bad.
now. I'm gonna go actually opposed to the two guys. So I am going to use my sip as here.
We all said that.
Oh, did you sip this when you saved
Yes.
this one?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're all on the same page. So reason being is that I love the small batch idea that Still 630 comes with. And so it's one of those that you want to keep those around because they don't last long.
Right.
And they're when they say small batch, those are truly small batch. The very cool thing about Still 630 is that their distillery is an Old Hardy's / Carl's Jr., depending upon where you're at in the United
Yes.
States. So they make this, their still is there, their aging process is there. It's done in an Old Hardy's restaurant.
I think that Still 630 one would make a good old fashioned also.
I do too, and that is the only thing that I could almost see that you could make out of this.
No, why would I ruin an old fashioned with that?
I mean, that's fair, but so yes, I am going to sip the Rolling Standard. I am going to save the Still 630, and I am going to literally dump that down the drain. Actually,
I don't even know if I want to dump it
So
down
you
the
know-
drain. I just would throw it in the trash.
But
to begin
Josh,
with.
yeah, I'm thinking you could use it to actually clean the drain.
I mean,
It's a low proof, but my God, it's only 80 proof.
and that's I've never had anything kick that hard that 80 proof that was so bad.
It's so
bad.
It's so.
We'll give you a heads up on some show. We're gonna serve Craig a Manhattan or old fashioned. It's gonna be a smoked old fashioned. That's gonna be that. We'll get it.
No, because we're gonna dump that down the drain right now.
I can make a smoked old
So
fashioned.
we'll do it in the future though. That Craig goes, oh my God, that's really good, and we're gonna pull it out and play the video back with it.
Absolutely. No, but it's all about the peat. The peat on this is what tears it just absolutely up. The way that they roasted over the fire,
I just don't get it.
Terrible.
Why? Who in their right mind thought that was fucking good?
But the combination of cherry, beechwood, and peat doesn't go.
So, all right.
Do they have no taste buds?
No, they don't. But that is it for our Sip, Sink, and Save. You know what we really think in it. And it, again, is all brought to you by Unrivaled Realty. Check it out. Brad, Carey, thank you very much for sponsoring. We greatly apologize that, unfortunately, tonight you sponsored the single worst whiskey that we have ever tried on this show.
But it's probably the most fun that we've had on a Sip, Sink, and Save, honestly.
So we did get a lot of, like I said, for our whiskey this week, though, we wanted to do...
I'm still just over here just... Ugh.
Well, because it hurts. It hurts your body.
Yeah.
We wanted to do fan questions. And it's been a while since we had done fan questions. So I took some that we have gotten in the last few weeks, and I compiled them together.
We get fan questions?
We actually get fan questions, believe it or not.
Okay.
And the sad part
so much
is
I pay attention.
half to 3/4 are about you.
No.
Oh, absolutely, they are. No, first question out of the box. Best distillery that you have been to in Louisville and why? In Kentucky and why, excuse me, was the question.
The bad thing is I've only been down there one time so far. So it's hard for me to...
But you have some choices, I mean...
But it's hard for me to say... I mean, we did get to go to Buffalo Trace, but I didn't get to tour Buffalo Trace.
I
got to go to the gift shop.
4 years and still haven't been able
but
to tour
I got
Buffalo Trace.
I get the gift shop is what I got. I mean, I want to go back and tour there. Castle and Key was really, really cool. Really, really amazing.
But we didn't get a tour of it.
Right.
No, but we got to do more at Castle and Key than we did at Buffalo Trace.
Well, 100%.
Yeah, you know, but the old Crow Distillery was fun. That, I mean, so I'm kind of...
Yeah, that was Glenn's Creek.
Glenn's Creek. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to say yes or no or what on, you know, for me, I guess it'd be Glenn's Creek.
All right. Glenn's Creek was a very cool one. So,
yeah, I mean, that's near the top of my list, too. Just because of the fact that it was the old...
Yeah, it was the original Old Crow.
It's the original Old Crow.
So give me your thoughts, though, Jim. I mean, you've been to a few more. You've been around Louisville for a long time.
And, I mean, when you look at that one, the cool thing is knowing some people that are actually in distributorships and that down there, the guys at Glenn's Creek they're bootleggers.
Yeah.
Because they don't produce much. Well, but the cool thing is, that's the best part about going to those smaller distilleries, is because they open up everything to you and talk to you.
Yes, big time.
They spend time talking about the bullshit that nobody else does.
I'm not going to say which one that we went to that I really did not.
And you know what's...
I forget the name of that guy, was an ass.
And the crazy thing is like, we're not going to mention that one because it was bad. And actually, probably somebody will hit us up and go, why? I have read many things online that was a great tour. I guess we just caught him at a bad day or whatever, but yeah, it was terrifying.
But I mean, you've got so many that are so much fun too. You got Angel's Envy's fun. Maker's Mark is absolutely incredible. It's beautiful. The tour's good. I mean, they showing you everything in that.
So your pick for best one, what is it?
I think the coolest thing is going to that Glenn's Creek just for the fact that one, it was the history. We were down there. We actually drew a little cast out from there. But the fact that we got to see the way it used to be and everything, and they've taken it, and I kid you not, but it'd be like me putting it in my garage and building my stills, and that is what it was.
I think your wife will let you have that, but well, whatever.
That's what I got the place down in Peevely for that she doesn't know about yet.
You know she's watching, right?
I know.
Yeah,
that's why I said that.
So that's great.
Well, she won't let me buy a place down there.
Well, I mean, you could do. I mean, I think your favorite place was Earl's Whiskey Kitchen that night.
Well, I mean, Merle's was a good one.
Yeah.
Merle's
I don't know why I said Earl's.
But no, but I mean, there are so many places. To me, you've got a different experience going to, similar to what we've got when we do a small batch or a no-name distillery on Sip, Sink, and Save versus larger. Your experience at a Maker's Mark or something like that, Maker's Mark's incredible. It's beautiful. It's interactive. All of that. Have not been fortunate enough to do a Heaven Hill yet.
Okay.
Which you guys know that's probably my favorite right now.
And we tried.
But when you look at the smaller ones and that, they take the time and they sit there. We sat there for 2 or 3 hours just bullshitting and drinking with the guy.
Oh, when we were at Glens Creek,
Yeah.
we went way past the idea of the tourist tour. And the next thing you know, we're 8 pours in at a tasting. And
by 8 pours, we're talking 8 pours of each.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it was amazing. So hands down, you said Glens Creek is your favorite.
I mean, I think, but it depends on the mood of the day of what you're looking at. I mean, if I'm talking something beautiful and everything and cool and historical, I'm going more Makers. If I'm talking the fact that I'm looking at the history of that, but the guy sitting there spending the time to talk to me and walking through and telling me what it would take if I wanted to do my own barrel and actually the steps to go through it, something like Glens Creek is they're hands-on, they're there having fun still, that's not their living.
Yeah, and that one was what amazed me, is it still wasn't their job, yet they bought the original Old Crow Distillery. And I actually found a lot of that. I thought that was very cool because, you know, it's very similar to what I'm trying to do with Uppercut.
Right.
And so, you know, you always got to throw the plug in. Just got to mention it once a show, a little Uppercut. But yeah, it's fine.
We should start charging you money.
I mean, I should start buying a sponsor. So, no,
Exactly.
Mine personally, and I've been to Maker's Mark. I've been to Castle and Key. I've been to Angel's Envy. I've been to Mittner's. I've been to Old Forester. I mean, we've done a lot.
Now, Castle and Key is the old.
Castle and Key is the old.
It's the original age show.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And that was built for
tourism.
He's the first one to realize people are going to come see me. And the grounds are incredible. And we've said how many times, you got to go see it.
100%. I send everyone who ever asks me, you have to go to Castle and Key because it's one of those where your cell phone doesn't work, you have a cocktail, and you sit by the river. There is nothing better.
And the awesome thing with them, they don't just produce bourbon.
No.
Bourbon, rye, gin,
vodka.
and vodka.
And they did it right. They produced their white spirits first. And while their product aged, they didn't source anything. And I think that's, you know, it's commendable in this day and age to make that time and throw that kind of coin at, you know, making that distillery happen again. So
Business plan.
My favorites, though, that I have been to personally, I absolutely love Angel's Envy. It is in the middle of the city. It's a whole different animal as far as the way that things are done. Another really cool one that I've been to is Yellowstone. So Yellowstone is a member of the Beam family, and it's so much smaller than I ever would have thought that it just amazed me. You know, producer Mike loved Yellowstone. He actually got to go in too, so yeah, it was something. All right, so that's our basic picks.
So I'm going to throw something to you guys.
Oh boy, here we go.
Excuse me.
What are you looking forward to going to? What would you, if you had your choice, what would you
Buffalo Trace.
next one to go see?
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace.
I just want to see it. But I wanted to, so Buffalo Trace has a boatload of different tours. I want to do the Buffalo Trace Ghost Tour. Halloween's coming up, but it's already booked. It's booked a year in advance.
Yeah.
But they
So
have.
what you're saying is we need to book it next year, for next year.
Absolutely.
We need to go ahead and get it done and just do it.
But I think that it would be very cool to do. So
I want to do a Vegas trip out to Smoke Wagon.
there is a distillery inside one of the casinos.
Well, High
that I
West,
saw.
actually, it's not Smoke Wagon, it's High West, yeah.
So there's a place out in Vegas too called the Speakeasy Distillery that they do nothing but gins, and I want to go try them. All right.
But these guys just moved, that's what
I
they're on
don't
my
do
list
gin.
for.
Next question. What is your favorite bourbon under $50? Craig Nasello.
Buffalo Trace.
I knew that was coming. Why?
It's consistent. You know what you're gonna get with every single bottle that you buy. There's no like, oh shit, this bottle is this or this bottle is that. You get the same product out of every single bottle. I've got 4 bottles at home, and I could probably open every single one, and they probably all test out
The same.
exactly the same. It's consistency. It's the flavoring, and it's not super high proof.
Right.
So you could do cocktails with it. You can do, you know, you have multiple things you can do with the Buffalo Trace bottle. A bottle of Buffalo Trace, I should say.
Yep.
So
Yes. All right, Jim Range. Best bottle under $50.
I was actually looking to see what all's down there. I'm gonna go Long Branch. I mean, that was my
you're going rye.
That was my
Okay.
20. Long Branch isn't a rye.
I'm sorry, I thought you said rare breed. Continue.
No, I'm going Long Branch. Well, the Wild Turkey rare breed is over 50, which
Okay.
is what kept that from me. But the Long Branch has got a nice. You get that caramel and everything on the front. You get a little vanilla, a little bit on the back end. It's a Wild Turkey collaboration with McConaughey.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I really like it. It's something you can sip, you can mix. It's easy to find. I don't care what store I walk in, I can find it. Craig can't walk in and find Buffalo Trace. I can find that any place I want to go.
I haven't. I've been literally.
That's another reason it stands out, and I want to bring it out
Right.
to this group.
Every store I go into, I look for Buffalo Trace.
Sure.
Every store.
And
I have not seen a bottle of Buffalo Trace in 6 months.
it has become more of an allocated product.
I'll sell it to you. $89.95.
I'm good. I got 4 bottles at home.
Let's see, mine.
I stocked up when I had the chance.
I'm gonna go for one that is a $25 bottle of bourbon, and it is
Old Granddad
one of the
114.
100%. Old Granddad.
I knew where he was going.
Yeah, Old Granddad 114 is the single best pour
Not gonna
that
say
you
it.
can find right now for
can't-
under $30.
I can't deny that though, because it's amazing.
It is. 114 proof gives you just enough.
But it doesn't taste
that
like
you can-
114.
No, at
No,
all.
it doesn't.
There is no burn that you would really like an
Right.
over amount. It mixes great because it holds the strength of what you want in a bourbon, and it has every piece that you would ever think of it. So
And it's cheap, and you can find it almost anywhere.
You can find it anywhere.
Exactly. Matt, yes.
Woodford Reserve Double Oak.
Oh,
It's over 50
that's
bucks.
over 50
It's
bucks.
over 50.
59.
Not at Sam's.
Really? Okay, so all right, producer Matt is Old Forester.
actually-
or I'm sorry, Woodford Double Oaked, but that's
But
like a
he spoke up. That's a $60 bottle, but he spoke up.
He did, and that I mean, so.
So
you-
that's
you
worth
gotta try
saying
that
right
one
there.
out. All right, producer.
And I
UJK
agree,
Pop,
that is solid.
best one. Ancient Age. All right.
Good
so
call.
Good call. So Ancient Age is another Buffalo Trace product. Same mash bill as Blanton's but it's 80 proof instead of
My
90.
my big thing right now is that Jameson Orange.
Well-
I don't know what it is, but,
But that's Irish.
I
But I
know.
mean, but that stuff's amazing.
Yeah.
So
How about producer Mike?
yeah, no,
yeah.
no.
No. All right. Question number 3, and believe it or not, this was asked 3 times. Why does Craig hate rye whiskey?
Because it tastes like shit.
Okay. All right.
I mean, if you want my honest opinion, it tastes like shit. No, it's just too hot. I just don't like the burn on the back end. I wouldn't enjoy it. I don't want to fucking have to drink water after it.
Okay.
And I just
Do you ever put a cube in it and try it?
no. I have done both, and I fucking
I was
don't
just
like
curious.
it. Yeah,
All
I
right.
just don't like ryes. They're not that good to me. They just like I wouldn't eat rye bread, let alone drink rye fucking whiskey.
Yeah, I like rye bread too.
Yes,
so
I do too.
I actually gave that analogy. We're out at dinner with a group of people from work last night, and we are talking about the differences. And I go, think about having a piece of white bread versus rye, and they're like, I never thought about it like that you get that spice in
Well-
that rye bread.
I mean, let's be honest. Remember the one time that I made the pumpernickel rye whiskey and it
Yeah.
came out 140 proof and Matt couldn't find his keys afterwards?
And we still let him go home. My wife's still pissed about that
Absolutely. All
one.
right.
His wife doesn't know.
The final.
Now she does.
Yeah, now she does.
She doesn't watch it.
Yeah,
Now,
okay.
the final question this evening. Where did the name the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society come from?
We were
Jim,
drunk.
would you like to answer that one?
We were drunk.
That is the
We weren't
the gist
drunk
of
yet
it.
when it started, but we're down at Whiskey Ring.
We were.
having a few drinks in that, and all of us being in the MMA community, photographer, announcer, cut man, and we're talking one day, and we're sitting down there one night having drinks, and we jokingly said, "I bet we could get a following out of this." And we put out one night.
There was a quote, and I don't remember which one of us made it, but we put out something that I said because we would go out and we would have drinks together, people would, and we would take pictures, people would do likes on social media, blah, 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 blah. And I said, I bet, there was a comment made that I bet if we put out that we were eating a ham sandwich and it was all 3 of us, we would get 100 likes.
Yeah.
And somebody said, well, then what if we were a society of drinking? Let's see what it would do. and that joke was made
And we had 35, 40, 50 likes that night. It was
within like
minutes.
And it was.
I don't know. I don't remember.
He was drunk.
He was drunk. He was drinking.
I actually switched to Jack and Coke because
You
I wanted to
did.
get drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 'cause I
so,
remember
Which,
that.
by the way, Whiskey Ring,
Yes.
great selection, and the bartenders know their shit.
oh, 100%.
What are you looking for?
We got any Blantons in this joint?
Yeah, there's a couple of
I need a
them.
Blanton.
Well, what color?
Just regular, unless you got straight from the barrel that's open.
Yeah, we do.
I would like a straight from the barrel that's open. So, all right.
It's probably over
There's
there.
a gold right there.
No, that's not open though.
No, this is a straight from the barrel here. You
So,
can tell by the label.
yeah, we made this whole name up, and it was. Oh, thank you very much.
It was a big
That's
fucking joke.
That's
It was.
136 proof.
It was a huge joke that we kind of took and ran with it.
But we had
and
fun with it.
we
We
did.
knew it would be fun.
So we made a page like that night while we were drinking,
Hmm.
and people were like, "Well, how much is it to join?" And next thing you know, we're like, "Let's do this," and boom, we decided to do a radio show.
Do people actually join? I don't remember.
Oh yeah,
I don't
do you
remember.
that?
How do we
much-
join?
How do we join? What does it take? How much does it
don't.
cost?
I don't remember.
We should have charged.
Yeah.
Rochambeau.
Exactly. But there you go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So that is it for the questions. If you have any questions about what goes down here at the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society, let us know on Instagram at MMA Bourbon Society. All right, guys, before we wrap it up tonight, I have one more question for both of you.
No one cares about Jake Paul and Anderson Silva. I already fucking knew where you were going.
Jeremy's always got a
And
gotcha.
no one cares.
So, based on all the news the
Anderson
last couple
Silva
of weeks,
10 years ago would have beat the fucking brakes off that kid.
So
Do I think he can still do it? Yes.
he
Do I
just
think he's
beat
going to do
Julio-
it?
He just beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
And that guy's 900 fucking years old.
No, his son.
Oh, he beat
beat Junior.
Yeah, he beat
Really?
Junior.
Oh, okay.
Like for real.
Yeah, but he might not be that
And
good
he
either.
stopped
He's not
him.
his dad, though.
Well, I mean, then you get into talks of and that could be a whole other one. Is the sons as good as the originals? You know,
unless
then-
you're Ken Griffey, no.
Well, then we get into
Did Ken Griffey ever win a World Series?
Is that baseball?
Yes.
I don't do baseball.
Well, you're better. Producer Mike, you're much better. So
It's fine.
the
Yeah.
expectations for you, you fail me,
You're ugly.
you will
All
wind
right.
up with concrete
So
boots.
no, here's what it comes down to: does Anderson Silva beat Jake Paul?
It
Craig,
doesn't happen.
you don't think the fight happens?
No.
I 100% think the fight happens.
I don't.
I think Anderson Silva can beat him. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. But I think Anderson Silva, man, like I said, what's Anderson Silva, 42, 43, 44 years old now?
Okay.
Okay, he's had how many fights over this kid?
But he's only had 2 boxing fights. 3. Right? 2, 3?
I don't.
3.
So that's what makes it legal because they're
I know.
in the same. So
I understand, but I'm just. I mean, I really, honestly, just don't give a fuck. I just don't care.
well, I know
I-
somebody who does, and that is Jake Paul's biggest fan, Jim Range. Jim,
Dude, how did I
Does-
get labeled this shit?
hey,
You
you
wanna give
told
him-
me the kid
I
had
heard
great
you wanna do-
boxing skills.
No, I didn't. I said he has fundamentals.
Oh.
Fundamentals and great boxing skills are two
Oh.
entirely different things. And I will go back through the archives and find my quote.
But yet he's also fighting an MMA guy again.
Well, I mean, there was a conversation this
But,
week, I forget
I
who threw
mean-
it out, is when does the MMA guy stick to MMA and boxing stick to boxing?
But Anderson has boxed. Anderson has wins in boxing. So, Jim Range.
Do I think Anderson whoops his ass? Yes,
Really?
I do.
Okay. Jim, who wins it?
I would at least say
Number 1, does it really happen? And 2, who wins it?
I don't think it happens.
Okay.
I think something's going to come up to prevent it. As much as I love Silva to do it, I mean, you're talking younger guy who's been boxing, who's training as a boxer with the heavier gloves. Yes, he has boxed with before.
He beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
What's he done?
Who did he
Continue.
fight?
Continue.
I don't know. I mean,
Look,
I'm going to go back to what I've always said.
I know that you
Put
are
a re-
you are a Jake Paul lover. So let it out. It's okay. We all know what you're
Put a
gonna
real
say.
boxer, put a real fighter in front of him. Jake Paul gets his ass
Anderson
beat.
Silva's not a real fighter?
He's not a real boxer.
Oh.
It's a quarter of a fight.
Oh. All right. So what you're saying is,
no, I'm gonna go back.
so what you're saying is your boy Jake Paul.
So let me
No,
ask
I'm
you-
gonna go back.
Let me
Let's
ask
talk-
you this. Let me ask you this. How many fights did Anderson Silva win by boardism in fucking UFC?
You can't
How many
do
times
that.
did he knock out motherfuckers all day long? All day long. How many knockouts did
It's
he
the
have?
difference between a 3-ounce glove and a 10-ounce glove.
Ah,
It's a huge difference. McGregor and Mayweather showed the difference there. Mayweather
but-
sat there and let McGregor throw blows all day long.
yeah. And McGregor has knocked out how many fucking people compared to Anderson Silva? He knocked out. He knocked out. What's
He's
his?
got you there.
He knocked out.
I give you that,
he
dude.
knocked out
I backed
fucking-
myself into a fucking corner
He
like a
knocked
raccoon.
out Forrest Griffin with a fucking jab. A jab.
You're
Jimmy.
right.
A jab.
I'll say this: if anybody that's fought Paul so far could beat him, it will be this fight.
Well, let us know what you
I
think
thought fucking Woodley should have beat him.
in the comments at MMA Bourbon Society on
Woodley took a
Instagram.
paycheck and rolled over.
Well, oh, wow. Dang.
On that note,
Dang, that was said. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, all right. Let me know
Dude, he
your
had to
thoughts
finish, he
on
didn't
Jake
take it.
Paul.
I'm not.
All
It
right.
was no different than his MMA fights. Woodley could have finished MMA fights and didn't. He did the same damn thing in that boxing match. He doesn't know how to finish.
Well, he used to.
And then he got scared of getting tired. But
Exactly.
That's okay.
Clearly.
All right, producer Matt,
got
Jake
some
Paul, Anderson Silva, fist. Does it happen? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up, it happens.
Who
Does
wins?
Anderson Silva beat Jake Paul? All right, so producer Matt thinks Anderson Silva wins it. Intern Michael, does it happen? Thumbs up or thumbs down. So it does happen for them. All right. Does Anderson Silva beat Jake Paul? Oh, 2 big thumbs up on that one. All right. Producer DJ K-Pop, does it happen? Thumbs up, thumbs down. It does happen. All right. Well, we got a consensus there. Does Jake Paul beat Anderson Silva? Not a chance. Big one there for Anderson Silva in the win. All right.
I
don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun.
I want to see if it happens.
We're gonna watch it down here in the bar.
Absolutely we are.
Depends on where I'm at.
No, but
You
it
got
is
your
going to be...
permit?
Yes.
Good, because you're driving them home.
All right. That has been a great show here. Again, check us out on all of our socials at MMA Bourbon or at MMA Bourbon Society. We got a lot coming up. We'll be, maybe we'll do some more live shows. We've got a few.
We
coming,
will. We
so-
got a couple things in line. I like the still 6:30 idea.
I do too. It'll be good.
We got a few connections there we can work with.
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
I
thank
don't
you very
care.
much for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here at the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society.
Cheers.
Bye.